Hi. I actually first heard about Natalie's marriage agency from a friend. I was in Kiev last summer, and then I came home, and I'd had varied experiences, and there was some other operation that I don't know how legit they were, but they anyways, I had some experiences, and my buddy said, you seem really serious. You should talk to someone like Natalie because Natalie is very direct and she will tell you the truth. So I did, and we started with a Skype conversation, Skype to Skype, and she asked me a lot of questions. Probably spent a couple hours talking about what my tastes are, what I like, and who she is, and what she can offer, and what she would recommend for me based on my personality, who she would have, and then she told me to browse through all her profiles of all the girls, and just start. I think she said pick out 100 that immediately impact you, just looks wise. Never mind where they live, whatever, just so I can tell what your type is. So she was really trying to understand what makes me sort of excited, right? And so, 6 months later, during that 6 months, we had conversations on Skype a couple times, and she hooked me up with a couple girls and started talking with them online. But the emphasis was really you have to come here and you have to meet them, right? So I ended up finally taking a last minute trip, coming out for just a week, which I'm at the end of right now. And man, it's been a lot of girls to meet. I met some of the ones I talked to online, and surprisingly, some of the ones that I hadn't talked to ahead of time were the ones that are really connecting for me. And there's a couple that I think I'm pretty keen on following up on and seeing where things go. And yeah, they're some of them are prettier than their pictures. That was what I'm noticing, is that the pictures, they look good, but when you meet them in person and the way they carry themselves, they seem even more attractive. She's had me some pretty busy days. Like one day was like 5 dates in one day, which can be a little exhausting when you're trying to give everyone a fair shake. But then there were some days where it was just 2, and they gave me a bit of time to walk around Kiev, look at a few things, scout out a few restaurants and stuff. But her and her staff were always giving me good advice on restaurants and making sure my cabs were lined up. So there wasn't a lot I had to think about. I stayed in her apartment and got picked up at the airport, and they put me right there at the door in the apartment. And so I would call that a turnkey operation, because you're not really left on your own to wonder what to do next for the most part. Whereas the first time I came here, I was totally on my own when I got here, and I had to figure out how to get from the airport to my hotel. And then after that, it just, it got a little better, but there were some moments there where I didn't know where I was going. So, I'd say my experience with Natalie has been a good experience. She's also acts like a coach. So when you're feeling those butterflies or those jitters, sometimes you definitely need someone to talk to calm you down, so you don't, make a panic move or do something that you regret later. And it's good to talk it over with someone that really knows the girls here and knows the population and knows what they're like and knows these girls individually even. She knows who they are. And that really helped me a lot, getting some of that feedback, because there were moments where maybe I thought, well, maybe they're not that interested. And now they would go, no, they're definitely interested. Or, maybe it was some other variation. But overall, it's, I think if you're serious about meeting a girl and you want to have a long-term, like a marriage in the Ukraine, you're going to save thousands of dollars coming to see Natalie and not going through one of those agencies where you just pay by the profile, or you pay a little bit at a time or whatever, and you talk to them online. You're going to waste so much money that way. You just come straight to her. I guarantee you'd save probably $5,000 to $10,000 after everything was said and done. So that's my best advice, because I did it the hard way at the beginning, and I know how much money that I spent, and it didn't really lead to where I wanted. It didn't lead to the quality girls, the kind of girls that were like me, like-minded, that I wanted to meet. So I hope that helps, and good luck, and maybe I'll see you in Kiev.